pieces of jewelry that you just love, that mean so much to you? I know I do. Most of us do. In this week's Women Who Inspire story, one woman in New York is designing necklaces and earrings that are making a big difference for families living in poverty and living with AIDS. Leslie found out how we can all shine when we give back.
You're funny, girl.
With another one on the way, Wendy Reyes is a busy mom giving time to her family, as well as 80 families in Colombia.
I'm just hoping to set an example for my children and be able to use whatever talents I have. Pretty.
As a jewelry designer, Wendy started the charity Columbia, funded by a line of jewelry she designs.
I love designing, I love wearing jewelry, but I wasn't much of a salesperson. That wasn't kind of in my blood. But when it goes 100% to a charity and you can actually see the results of what happens, it both makes you feel better, selling it and buying it.
Is this the line?
This is, yes.
I love the green.
They're emeralds from Colombia. Colombia makes the most beautiful emeralds in the world, so I thought that was very appropriate to use. My husband is Colombian. He grew up in Michigan, but he spent 6 years of his childhood in Bogota, and I went for the first time maybe 6 years ago to Bogota and just fell in love with the country, the mountains, the architecture, and most of all, the people. And everybody is so happy to even show off their house, which is nothing, with no floor and leaking ceilings and whatever. They just have this great joy about them.
Wendy teamed up with FXB, a large international nonprofit with programs in place to help families affected by poverty and AIDS.
I think there is a stigma, unfortunately, both in America and all over the world. But, as you learn, the more you start working with the children with HIV, it really is a disease that, with the proper medicine, is like diabetes or anything else. They can lead completely happy, healthy, normal lives. In the case of Isaac, we were able to actually reverse the course of AIDS, and he now just has HIV, but he's so healthy because he's religiously taking his antiretrovirals that it doesn't even show. The FXB model is wonderful because it is small enough that it feels like an attainable goal. And so you have the 80 families, it's the 3-year program, it costs $300,000 to support those 80 families for 3 years. So you can do that, and then you can start another 80 families and another 80 families. The branches here, which are reminiscent of the trees in Colombia, which is one of my favorite things about them.
Although her pieces are pricey, Wendy says 100% of profits go to her families.
Really want to be able to bring my children there for them to see how people in the world live and see how privileged they are, and hopefully be more appreciative of what they have. There are times when you get overwhelmed by the amount of poverty and think, is this really making an impact? But then you see the one person that it does make an impact for, and the one family, and you think, even if only one family out of the 80 families comes out of this with some dignity and is able to be healthy and educated and all that, it's worth it. If you were on the other side and you had nothing and there was somebody who had the ability to help you, wouldn't you hope that they did so?
What a touching story. Thank you, Leslie. And we have a link for Wendy's jewelry line on our website, so just head to bettertv.com and then click on the links tab.